So, for those of you that weren't here yesterday, we are picking up where we left off yesterday, where, as the news of Customs being the competitive standard is going to be the norm from now on, as of, like, you know, 17th, and Ultimate characters, we're seeing a new balance patch, we're seeing new characters, and custom variations are becoming the competitive norm. With that, you know, a lot of the community seems to be quite optimistic, quite, you know, in high spirits about the potential for it. But there are people that are a bit nervous, that are a bit apprehensive, that haven't really looked at customs at any point, because maybe you only play ranked, or maybe you only care about competitive gameplay, so you've just completely not seen customs. So the idea of these characters having these unknown, unseen moves is like, oh, is the game going to get worse? Is it going to get broke? What's all this crazy stuff? Are all the characters going to have infinites and stuff? What I want to do is kind of help alleviate some of that stress by taking every character that has moves that we haven't seen competitively yet and just explain them. You know, we're going to look at the moves. I'm not making variations. This is going to be similar to what we did for Variation 3 predictions back last year. But they were like full-on variations of combinations together. What I'm doing this time is I'm looking at each move specifically. I'm showing you what the move is, what it does, its properties, and we're going to talk some hypothetical uses for it, right? You know, variations it might go well in, or synergies it could have, you know, strengths, weaknesses, all that stuff. But I don't know absolutely everything about every move. I know the absolute, like, base minimum, so, you know, I will have something to say about every move, but, you know, it's all subject to change. There is a patch coming. They've already said that some moves will be banned, and, you know, there will be changes, so, you know, please take all this with a pinch of salt. None of this is guaranteed at all. All of it could change for all we know, but considering it's either I do this now or after when Ultimate comes out. When Ultimate is out, there's a bunch of new characters. There's going to be a huge balance patch. Obviously, PS5 is going to be out around the same time as well. Like, I am going to just not be able to squeeze this kind of stuff in after Ultimate. So I'm doing it now, and we're gonna have a look. I'm going to show you guys a bit of what these characters can do that we haven't already seen. We're going to start with Sonya today, which is probably one of the most underwhelming characters in terms of potential. But don't worry, we will look all the same. So we're picking up where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we did the first handful of characters, and we're basically going to do the rest of the roster today. So we're starting off with Sonya, who, unfortunately, has only one move that we haven't seen, and this is an important thing. Unlike where Variation 3s came out, and people weren't too sure what was going on, and loads of characters had like a ton of moves we hadn't seen, we've actually seen most of the moves in the game by now. Like, we've seen a lot of what this game has to offer. And in Sonya's case, she only has this, Air Soaring General. So it's an air charge, which on hits, knocks down 8%, can be amplified for an extra hit. It doesn't have a crushing blow, and we turn on frame data. It's very unsafe on block currently. So unfortunately, not a tremendously interesting custom move, but, you know, if you like having air specials, you know, it's not terrible for mobility, so there might be the potential to use it to, like, escape the corner. Like, if you're cornered and your opponent is point blank, we make her close range. You know, there could be some potential for, like, this to escape the corner, but, you know, this isn't a range that is going to be too hard to chase down for some characters, but not everyone will be able to. The biggest problem is the recovery. Like, I'm going to block, and you'll see just how much recovery it has. Like, now. I can't block for a long time before this move has recovered. So, not a great move. I think probably not going to see that much use unless it gets changed. But it's there, nonetheless. I don't know if, like, maybe we could have a chance to see it be, like, an armor break, perhaps. Maybe it could become an armor breaker, hopefully. So, you could do something like this. I imagine... I mean, I haven't done these combos, so bear with me. But I'm pretty sure you could do, like... There we go. I'll just do a jump 2. Something like this, maybe? Like, maybe that. So there might be armor break potential. Who knows? You know, I'm kind of just spitballing ideas. Because right now, her armor break is this. And that armor break is not great. So, I don't know. Maybe it will be changed. But if not, this is what you're looking at. There really isn't much to say about it. Unsafe on block. Very long to recover. Decent damage on hit for what it is. It is an air move, so you can do it from a short hop. Sends full screen on hit, which does kind of synergize well with your ring blasts. But overall, nothing too special about that. We will get to that Tarkamus, where we're going through the characters one at a time. Be patient. Now, Cassie, on the other hand, has a few. This is one of the strangest custom moves that I've seen right here, which is the... do this. Yes. Which is the control, basically drone control. So your little drone, your BLB 118, for this, you go into a stage that you can now move the drone. So you can't block during this, but using her phone, you gain full motion control over the drone. Hang on. It's back down, not down back. Sorry, I'm stupid. Here we go. So while it's like this, 1 becomes a little laser beam. Decent damage, but it's got quite... I'm like mashing the button, as you can see, and it's got quite a lot of cooldown. 3 is like a juggle, so... I'm not sure if you can combo these together. 4 lets you... These are basically the projectiles that you bounce. If those of you that have seen Variation 3 Cassie, you know, she kind of shoots the bouncing blobs that they kind of fall down. This is basically just one of those. But you can also cancel it, and it comes back to you. So it's not like it kind of stays in place. Like if I hold it up here and cancel it, it will come back to me. It would be kind of cool if you could, like, keep this where they are. Like, is there an amplify on it? No, there isn't. I think it would be really cool if you could, like, control this and put it on them and then kind of just hover it there, but you can't do that. Again, I'm not really sure what the use of this is going to be. I know you can cancel it, and when you cancel it, it has not terrible recovery, but it's not perfect either. So I don't know if the idea is going to be like you go into it, shoot a laser beam and cancel, go into it, shoot a laser beam, like cancel. I'm not too sure exactly what it's going to be used for, but it's unique, right? It's something completely different. I'm sure it's got some application, but it's unconventional, and it's going to take some figuring out. I want to see if I can do this, though. If I'm point blank and I get the launch. Okay, you can. So if you are point blank, I wonder if you can combo into it, actually. Can I do, like... What has the most hit stun of Cassie? No, that's definitely not going to work. That is definitely not going to work. Wait, hang on. Did it? Did that actually work? Nah. Yeah, it's unconventional. It's very strange. For this, let's try this. Oh no! It'd be so cool if you could do this. But I don't know. There might be. You can't combo into it, but it gives Oki. And this is the benefit for this kind of video series, because I've got Twitch chat here as well. So anything that I might have question-wise, there's always someone in chat that knows a little bit more that has been using it, regardless of the moves. But yeah, so this is very unconventional. It does give you some unique neutral tools for sure. The damage on them isn't terrible. Like 7% for that really ain't bad. I don't know if you can combo stuff with it. I don't believe so. I think the idea is if this hits, if you hit the wub wub, the idea is you cancel and then do whatever to pick up from it. I'm not a Cassie player, so I don't really have the conversions down. But I think at the very least we know this is not bad. Like this projectile isn't terrible. It kind of goes the direction you're swinging it. So if you like go forward, it goes forward. If you're standing still, it drops directly underneath you. And if you're moving back, it goes back too. So whatever momentum your drone has is the direction it's going to swing. So you can like move a little bit forward and then do it like this. And the good thing is when it hits, the timing on doing another option still goes. So you have less time in between to go into like ball and then maybe another one and then maybe next time you want to go ball, and then next time you want to move in for the stun, maybe, and then you can cancel it and follow up if you're close enough. But I don't really know what the application will be. It's weird, but it's pretty cool. And then the other move in this variation is the bullet ricochet. Very similar to, again, you know, the Variation 3 Cassie bouncing blobs kind of move, which, again, are the same projectiles you shoot with this. This is the same thing, but with a bullet instead. So, to be honest, not a bad keep away tool by any means. You know, if you're running like keep away oriented, I don't really think there's going to be too much kind of like overall custom synergy. And chat room, can you answer this question? This conflicts with kneecapping, right? Like kneecapping is down back 1. Kneecapping is down back 1, right? So you can't have this and kneecapping. Yeah, they do collide. So it would be really cool if you could like have this as well as kneecapping for like a proper keep away Cassie, but unfortunately they do collide. So you're not going to be able to have both at the same time. But you could run like the bubble and this, so you had like the bubble for a combo tool, you know, the stunning bubble that is, and then you've got this for strong keep away. Because the thing is, these are going to be tough projectiles to avoid, right? From a lot of ranges, you do close, medium, or far. You cover pretty much all of the screen you could need, and they do like okay damage. 6% isn't bad at all, and it's nice angles covered, so definitely not a bad keep away tool. And her other variation, because she's a character that has a couple of unused moves. She has what I think is potentially one of the strangest moves that I actually think could end up being really powerful. So the bitchin' bubble, as opposed to the bubble you get in variation 2, is this. This is an energy field where if the opponent is standing inside it, they take constant damage over time. From full health, look at how much damage this does to Sonya. Like, this is a tremendous amount of damage. For a one-slot move as well, that is a lot of damage to be stuck in. Considering as well, you will be able to, again, because it's got quite fast startup as well, like, for what it is. But if you end combos in this, for example, like, this variation has kneecapping. So if you would normally have... well, I don't know. Let's do a basic, just a combo, right? I don't really know Cassie combos, but what even is a combo? It's jump kick, right? Just a basic kneecapping thing. You could probably just do something along the lines of if we reset here, right? Let's reset here. Reset distance, update save position. Let's try this. This should work the way I want it to in my mind. Right, and then... what even is the combo? Is it back 2 again? There we go. Like that. Something along those lines. Like, that's a lot of damage for a throw. Back to back. You're doing the same thing. You are looking at a tremendous amount of damage. And the good thing about this bubble as well, because remember how damage over time moves function in MK11. If it's a move that applies a damage over time to them, it can't kill. It will take them down to Magic Pixel, but it won't go through Last Breath and it won't kill. Moves like this that are placed or summoned and can, in theory, be avoided, they don't care about Last Breath. You know, they plow straight through it and just kill you. Which this move does do. It's a large radius. You know, if you are running kneecapping, you've got decent keep away by itself and a huge. I mean, look at this. Look at the screen this covers. That is a big sphere. And when you're on the outside throwing this, what do? Do they sit there and accept all the damage, or do they try and come in to your best range? Where, I mean, look at the ranges. If you've got the bubble out and then you back up to throw this, the range the bubble isn't covering is peak range for you to get back 3 anti-air, you know, standing button anti-air, trip guards, whatever you want. Like, there is a lot of practicality for, like, synergy with other moves with this bubble. You know, it doesn't look very flashy, but this could absolutely become one of the strongest, like, round-closing moves in the game for sure. Because her stagger game is strong, her kind of mid-range game is strong, and the mid-range game is going to be forced where that kind of screen control is there, because they are not going to be able to just sit in that bubble and accept that damage. Because if they do, look how much damage they're taking. They cannot just sit there and take it. It's like, imagine if Aaron's acid kind of thing was a big bubble and not just a tiny thing on the floor. That's a bit like what this is like. Othello, thank you for the Twitch Prime. I actually think my alerts were off. Let me turn them back on. There we go. Thank you very much for the 3-month Twitch Prime, my friend. Welcome back. But yes, that's it for Cassie. Not a tremendous amount of new moves, but the ones that she's got are really cool. And I think especially this bubble is going to have a lot of synergy with other moves. I'm really excited to see what it does. And again, it's a 1-slot move, whereas the stun full combo, you know, the stunning bubble is 2 slots. If you want the bubble kind of distance, but you don't want to spend 2 slots on it, then, you know, the bitchin' bubble will help, I think. Next characters.